should be legalized. Good afternoon, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters. It's really a pleasure to be here this evening. And I say that because as we started this meeting tonight, it was, who am I? Who am I? And I'm different. I'm really different. And I keep a lot of myself a secret because I don't ever want people to feel like I'm judging them. So instead of really expressing who I am and expressing how I feel, I keep it bottled up inside. And the reason I started this talk today with I think marijuana should be legalized is because I'm very anti-alcohol. I'm very anti-alcohol to a point that I don't like to see it. I don't want it in my house. Now that's pretty radical. That's something none of you knew about me. And I have many reasons why. Many may say that it was my father who was a raving alcoholic that turned me off from alcohol at a very early age. But when my son, who was 18, picked up a drink for the first time, my older son, I looked at him and I said, nothing good ever came from that. And what I mean by why isn't marijuana legal? To me, marijuana and alcohol is the exact same thing. I don't understand where people got this idea to party you need a drink. And that's where my product that I'm selling you this evening comes in. You won't need a drink if you have my product. Another thing I don't like that many of you may be surprised at is Halloween. I got very anxious in Toastmasters and I asked, how can no, I don't go to wine and cheese, I don't drink, no, I don't celebrate Halloween. I didn't know how to navigate who I was amongst who everybody else was. So I decided to be who I see God as sees me, as a queen of God. And that's why I'm here tonight in this outfit. Is there's so many people that they go on Facebook and they see other people's lives and we compare our lives to other people's lives. So you've heard I don't like alcohol. You've heard I don't like Halloween. You've heard that I don't like many things. But the next one's really going to shock you, and that's Christmas. That's Christmas. You see, I love the music. I love the family. I love the food. But what I don't like is the materialism. I don't like Christmas encroaching on Thanksgiving. Do you know there's a shoe store called DSW that just decided that they're not going to open on Thanksgiving night? How much is Black Friday is for us? You see, the things that I don't like and the product that I have for you tonight, you won't need a new iPhone 6 if you have my product. You won't need to go out and get a big flat screen TV and save $100. My product will rectify all of that. So to convey to you who I am, I wanted to show you and introduce you to some of my friends. The first friend that he has up there is my very good friend. Her name is Petra. Through a series of uncanny and supernatural experiences, that woman I met in church, that was the lady that raised me, the dark-skinned woman, was the woman who raised me. We lost her. She was in Venezuela. And because of the situation in Venezuela, I used to send her $500 a month, which was like someone sending you $5,000 a month. I lost her. I met that woman in church, gave her a ride home, and as I was driving home, I said, where are you from? She said, Venezuela. I said, oh, really? You're from Venezuela? My best friend's from Venezuela. Where are you from? She said, Maracaibo, Estado Zulia. I said, my friend is from Maracaibo, Estado Zulia. Now, my friend is her friend, and my friend, she's a missionary, takes her things. It's a very supernatural experience. The next photo.
Wow.
This photo, again, looks like your all-American fun day at the beach. A couple of weeks ago, my husband and I were in the ocean. That couple are friends of ours from 20 years ago. He is now the manager of the Vanderbilt. He's just been called back, but he didn't come back for a job. He came back because his wife is in full-blown Alzheimer's. She's 50 years old, not 50, and she doesn't know what she had for lunch. And my heart aches for him. If any of you think you have a problem, he comes home every night to a 5-year-old. My product will get you through those kinds of times. Another friend of mine, this is Pablo Velasquez. Pablo Velasquez was the life of the party. Everybody loves Pablo Velasquez. He was on the tennis club, lots of fun, lots of friends, made everybody laugh. He had a stroke about 4 years ago, and he is housebound. And my husband regularly goes and visits him. And my heart aches for Pablo because now he's on the sidelines. So if any of you think you have problems, my product tonight can help you with your problems. Another friend of mine, this is a very good friend of mine. I was hoping she'd come tonight. Her name is Janelis Torres. But that's a fake name. That's not her name. She can't go under Facebook under her real name. She was beaten and abused by her cousin, Muslim cousin, and her parents forced her to marry him. She married him. He kicked her regularly in the stomach. Her baby there was born with deformities because her husband beat her. Her family said, you either stay with him or we disown you. Well, fortunately, she escaped to Puerto Rico for medical care and she never looked back. Can any of you imagine choosing your family or freedom? My product tonight will help you make those choices. And the last one, this is my son, Sam. He's 21 years old. He's high-functioning Asperger. And he's a tremendous burden for me. These people that I showed you are burdens for me. What I mean is, actually, he just went to Orlando, but I was supposed to take him to the lady that has Alzheimer's house, get a few friends together. I wanted to get her dancing. I want to use his skills to put smiles on people's faces. And so what I realized, I didn't put his picture up there till this morning because he left for Orlando with his older brother, and I realized I can breathe. I can breathe. He doesn't ask for anything. He doesn't want anything. He sits in his room all day, every day. And thank God for Nancy. She's been trying to get his DJ business going. But it's a burden. It's people that I want to pull out of their house. I wanted your sister to come because my product tonight can really help you. And the next thing I wanted to say was, we live in one of 4 areas. We live in the past, which is poor me. My mother did this. My ex-husband abused me. All these things, I lost my job, they fired me. That's living in the past. Many of us live in the present. I would say the majority of us live in the present. We pay our bills, we get a paycheck. We just live what I call existing. We're not planning for the future, we're not moving towards the future. And the next place that we live is in the future. Many of us think, if I was just thin enough, if I was pretty enough, if I was just a little bit, had a little bit more money, I could achieve these goals. And my product tonight will help you get out of the future. Now what I mean by that is, I've said to you the past, I've talked about the present, and I've talked about the future. So Molly, what is the 4th area? The 4th area is where I've been for 7 years. And I'm declaring tonight that I'm moving out of those 7 years, and that's what I call stuck. That's when you're in Toastmasters, you're doing your work, you're doing your homework, you have a vision and you have a goal, and that paper in front of you is, I want everyone to write their vision, what they see for themselves. And the reason I say that is because we all have dreams, we all have visions, we all have ideas. We have to take risks. And the risk that I say that we have to take mostly is the risk of getting laughed at. Isn't that what basically we're all afraid of? You know, Nancy, I had that dream 5 years ago. I want to teach social media. I want to teach video. I want to teach, because I truly believe that the answers are not in looking for a job. You see, the government doesn't affect where I'm going. The economy doesn't affect where I'm going. The language doesn't affect where I'm going. Because where I'm going, there's no competition. And the reason there's no competition is God called us each with a plan and a purpose for our life. And when you know that you're unique, nobody can compete with you. And so how do we get there? That's the next question. My product tonight will get you there. You see, this product is something that I want to give each one of you tonight, free of charge. Many of you probably thought I'd come here tonight, sell a product. What did you think I was going to sell? Real estate. That sells itself when you have this product. You see, when you have this product, and anything is possible. Now, I want to ask you tonight, how many of you want this product so far? So, the last thing I wanted to tell you is, why was I Miss Universe? You see, I didn't want to be a party pooper and say, nah, I don't dress up, no. So I started to agonize. I said, how can I act like I'm participating without declaring that I'm celebrating Halloween, and how can I be part of the group? And I said, well, they call me Miss Universe, so I'm going to be Miss Universe. But every step of the way, I went to get my nails done. The girls were laughing their heads off. They're like, oh, let's paint it red, let's put rainstorm. And then everybody's going, oh, she's going to be Miss Universe. And everybody's laughing, and everybody's laughing. I went to get this ribbon made at a funeral home, by the way. oh my God, all the girls were on the floor and they were laughing. Everybody the office was laughing, everybody's laughing. And you know, I began to ask myself, this is what it's like when you're going for a goal and a vision. I didn't care what they laughed at. And the beauty is when you can laugh along with them.
Exactly.
And I just said, you know, I'm going to be Miss Universe. And you know what? Someone gave me the biggest compliment in my office whatsoever. She said, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. And I give that and I attribute that all to my faith and this product right here. So I want to tell you tonight, what I have to sell you is a product called hope. Because when you hope, you don't pay any attention to what other people say. You don't care how bad the economy is. You don't care what happens. You don't need alcohol. You don't need prescription drugs. All you need is hope. Thank you.